Vietnamese fairy tales, The Tale of the Broom. Once upon a time, there was a woman in heavenly palace who cooked very well and displayed the food so beautifully. She made many tasty cakes and prepared so delicious food that one just tasted one bite would never forget. That was why the Jade Emperor let her take care of his meals in Heaven Palace. But she was greedy and often ate stealthily. As a regulation of the Heavenly Palace, the servants had their own food. They were not allowed to taste the Emperor's food, even the leftovers. But that rules could not stop the gluttons. The woman still found all the sorts of ways to drain the heavenly kitchen's food warehouse. Although her youth has passed, she fell in love with an old man who herded horses for heaven. Life of horseherder in heaven was as hard as horseherders on earth. He loved wine, and since having had a relationship with this woman, he also developed a good appetite. The woman was infatuated with him, thinking there was nothing better than him in the world. Every time the man had a craving for food and drink from the heavenly kitchen, she did not hesitate at all. She had stolen meat and wine many times to give him, and other times she took him sneaking into the barn, leaving him there drinking till he dropped. One day, the Jade Emperor held a banquet for all the guests. She and other cooks worked very hard. It was still the late evening that the dishes were ready. Then, when the golden light of the full moon night brightened, everyone started to party. But as the food from the carriage was flying onto the food tray, in the distance she heard the horseherder singing. She knew he was looking for her. She flipped over to pick him up and took him to the corner. She handed him several cups of wine, the best wine of the heaven, and went back to make a batch of marzipan cake. The man had just returned after giving the horses a bath at the river wharf. Grabbing the bowl of cold rice, he thought of the abundant meat and wine in heavenly party, so he hurriedly sneaked here. In the darkness, he swallowed several cups of wine in pleasure. The wine was poured and the yeast rising made him squiffy. He suddenly longed for something to eat with the drink. In the darkness, he saw on the counters nearby there were so many delicious food trays decorated attractively, giving out tasting order. So hungry, he opened the table cage to grab for food again and again. When the servants took out the trays of food to serve, every dish looked clumsy, as if someone had tasted it before. The Jade Emperor could not control his rage to see such a matter. He shouted furiously, scaring everyone. The party therefore lost the mood. The cook bended her head down and pleaded guilty. Then she and the horseherder were both banished to the earth as brooms. They had to work non-stop and find food in the filth of the world. It was the most serious sin in heaven. Long after that, as the two criminals expressed their grief of non-stop working day after day, month after month, without a rest ever, the Jade Emperor was sympathetic and allowed them to take 3 days off in a year. Those 3 days are the 3 days of Lunar New Year holidays. Therefore, since then, there is a common practice to abstain from sweeping the house during the Lunar New Year. We Vietnamese had a riddle for the broom. There is a woman leaking in the house. The riddle describes wisely the action of sweeping the house, but at the same time, it also reminds the tale of the broom.